the countdown, folks. So this is the start of the 2026 UTA50. And they're off.
Here we go. The here at the HOKA Ultra Trail show by UTMB 50-kilometer event. Let's go, guys.
Folks, we have a little bit of drone footage here. This is from the start of the race, the road that is heading out towards Narrowneck. As you can see, it's just 1 kilometer into the race here.
And you can see on the screen here the elevation profile. So it's quite undulating for the first part of the course, and you can see that massive steep descent later on, and that is the back end, which is 22 kilometers, and that's what we both ran in yesterday and amongst thousands of other runners, and it was great to get to experience what all of these guys have to look forward to as their last 22K, and it's super challenging. That really steep descent tests your quads pretty hard. We can see on screen here, guys, the head of the race for the 50K. That's Dan Jones leading the way. He's looking super solid. And there's cowbells all the way along the race. It's great to hear those. It gives you a bit of a pep in your step. And he looks like he's being pretty closely followed here.
Yeah, I think this would be Hajime Kasagi from Japan, who is right alongside Dan here. 1-2 in the UTA 50K, navigating this road section. Both of them look like they're stride for stride in rhythm here as they make their way down into the Fairmont Resort. But at the very, very front of the race, which started 1 hour 31 minutes ago, is Mao Yao leading the females race here, UTMB index of 822. And as we were saying before, putting that road running experience to the test here, leading the charge as she is going up Sublime Point Road. She will be approximately 17.5 kilometers into the race here on the cliff, up high on the cliff tops. Mao Yao will be hanging a sharp left-hand turn here, and then the aid station will be about 50 meters on from this moment here. Looks like she is going to get out water bottles, and that is crew there. So she has got some crew here, making the most of that opportunity, which is great.
There's no messing around, though, for these lead runners at the aid stations. They're pretty much like an F1 pit stop, and they grab and go.
Yeah, and so that is a very, very quick transition from Mao Yao, not even entering into the checkpoint to go into where the checkpoint has its supplies. We had a small moment of a split screen there with Ruth Croft as the second female in the UTA50, chasing down Mao Yao. We've lost that footage now, but we'll definitely be able to pick that back up very, very soon. So this is, this is Ruth running alongside another runner here in the UTA50. As you can see, Mao Yao just went through that checkpoint, just went through that section of the course. These runners now hit the trails, as I was saying before. Gets very technical here with a lot of small staircases, a lot of breaking in the rhythm of the running. So they get to run on these trails now for a very, very long time as they make their way to the next aid station and checkpoint, which would be the Queen Victoria Hospital, and that's not for another 11 kilometers. Here with the lead males of the UTA 50 here for 2026. This is Dan Jones and Hajime Kasagi from Japan. They are stride for stride here, coming down onto, they'll be entering onto Henderson's Road and then onto Tablelands Road very, very soon. Hajime is tucked in right behind Dan Jones there. There's not a breath of wind crossing in between those two
They're
guys.
in complete unison as well, aren't they? You can see their footsteps are just in exact time.
Yeah, stride for stride cadence is good, and they are both making each other work hard at the front of this race.
But you can see here on the screen that she's on a steady incline, a bit of a red and yellow one there, which means she's having to work a little bit harder uphill. But it's a nice gravel track, so you can find a bit of rhythm along there. And we know that she absolutely loves 50 and 60 kilometre events. That's where she excels. As you can see, Ruth Croft is on screen here, an incredible runner, one of the strongest contenders in the 50 kilometres. She's from New Zealand and is one of the best trail runners in the world right now. With an index score of 823, she runs for Adidas, and she is trying to chase down our lead female runner, Yao Miao, who is a couple of minutes ahead. And they're heading towards the Queen Victoria Falls Hospital checkpoint.
Ruth is going to be able to see her crew very, very shortly here. That's going to be just over 29 kilometres into the race. She's going to navigate this massive puddle. Oh, she's just going straight. Oh, she's going straight through. Ruth is down in the puddle. Oof, that is brutal. I bet she was not stoked on that. There's a small footpath around the side, and I guess she just didn't get eyes on that little footpath on the right-hand side of that puddle, and she went down. It was obviously a lot deeper than she thought, but she's back up running, looking smooth again, and I bet she's going to just brush that off like the Kiwi that she is, because Kiwis love running in rivers and puddles all the time.
Rain's there all the time. It's fun.
A little glimpse of Dan Jones coming up further steps right now, leading the UTA50. He is going to be in this is the last 10 minutes of his race as he's coming up this section of the trail. But you can see here that elevation profile, when it's purple, it's the steepest that this elevation profile can show. So he is on the steepest section of this whole course right now, going up the staircase, really using those handrails to pull himself up as he just puts out everything he can in this final kilometre of the race here today.
His technique is incredible, and I mean, he's just motoring. This doesn't really do the stairs justice. These are so challenging by this point, and the pace that he's keeping up is pretty incredible. You can see there. Check out the views down below, and that gives you a little bit of perspective of how steep these are, and he's still got a smile on his face.
We're going to welcome him over. If you are a Kiwi, if you're a Dan Jones fan, give him a big shout out on the live stream chat. Give him a big shout out. The back-to-back champion here for the UTA50, Dan Jones from New Zealand, making his way to the finish line right now. This is Dan Jones from New Zealand coming over the line. High fives out. Absolute legend. He's going to break the tape here. Back-to-back champion for the UTA50 2026 HOKA Ultra Trail Australia by UTMB. This is Dan Jones.
Nice. He would be soaking up this moment. What an incredible run. He handled the pressure so well. He's put in all the hard work today, taking in the moment. Looks like the cramps have gone now, but fantastic day out there for Hajime Kasagi as he crosses the finish line as the second male here at the 50-kilometre HOKA Ultra Trail by UTMB.
Did I come third or fourth?
You came third, mate.
I thought I was fourth. No, I'm feeling pretty better now, actually. That's happened before in another race where I thought I was fifth and I came third, so this is just about the same. I'm feeling bad, is the answer to that question.
We've got on screen here Miao Yao, who is making her way up the further steps, 951 steps, and these steps really test you towards the end. It's almost 200 metres of elevation gain over that final kilometre. I love how hard Ruth has worked all race. She hasn't let up, even after that little stumble in the mud earlier. She is just such a strong runner and is leaving it all out there and pushing as hard as she can to try and chase down Miao Yao. Here she goes, making it towards the final chute, and she can hear the crowds cheering for her as she speeds up towards that finish line, soaking it all in. She takes a quick look behind to see where Ruth is. She has no idea if she's on her tail or not, but she's giving it everything she's got until the end. Here you go, guys. This is your 50-kilometre female winner of the HOKA UTMB World Series.
That's unreal. Miao Yao right there, 2026 HOKA Ultra Trail Australia by UTMB, 50-kilometre champion, UTA50 champion there, Miao Yao. Unreal. Absolute legend of the sport. The duel has been decided. Miao Yao takes the win, but Ruth Croft, second place here at the HOKA Ultra Trail Australia by UTMB in the 50K from New Zealand. Big smile on her face. She's done it.
Yeah.
She's come here. She's got on the podium. She's put her heart and soul into another race. And what an incredible effort that was. What an incredible duel from these two. So far out in front, sharing the moment with a hug.
Holly Ransom, huge smile. She looks absolutely ecstatic about this. She has had a great day out there, and we love to see massive smiles on people's faces. Oh, look at the pure joy and emotion. Congratulations, Holly Ransom, on 3rd place this year at the 50-kilometre HOKA Ultra Trail Australia by UTMB.
Let's make some noise.